I'm running away from home. My dad won't get me a Model Behavior channel membership. Oh man, that sucks. I don't want to live in that house anymore. I'm gonna hit the road and... Hey, did you just say that your dad refuses to get you a Model Behavior channel membership? How about I go over to your house and beat your dad around the head until he agrees to get you a membership? Oh man, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Yeah, just say I'll crack open a can of whoop-ass on him if he refuses. Oh man, you'd do that, Bumblebee? Come on, let's go beat your dad like he owes me money.
The Transformers!
Hello gang, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. There's a whole bunch of news to talk about, but before I do, I'd like to say a big thank you to channel members Cheese and Ham Sandwich, Aussie Action Figures, Aaron Turisi, and Romeo Alpha 68.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, your support keeps this channel going, so if you'd like to become a channel member, then you can do by clicking the channel member button. Or if you just want to give me a thumbs up, that would be very much appreciated, as it helps this channel show up in your algorithm so you don't miss any model behavior. So with all of that being said, there's a whole bunch of news out there to talk about. So let's talk about it. Mess toys. I have been talking a whole bunch of mess about mess toys, also known as CT toys. They take one company's designs and then they repurpose them for themselves, but dang it, they are making things that I kind of like the look of. So I've been saying that I won't work directly with them to do promotional type things, and I won't, but I am going to talk about the things that kind of excite me, because some Ben Reilly figures, yeah. If you wanted to win me over, you're going the right way about doing it. First of all, I saw that they're doing this Scarlet Spider, obviously in that Revoltech style that they've just lifted from Kyoto, but a Revoltech style Scarlet Spider is something that I've always wanted but never dared to dream might actually happen, so that's going to get added to my collection, as is the Chasm version they're going to do as well. Like, look, you slap Ben Reilly on it, and I'm going to want to pick it up. So, well played, Mess Toys. And then they're doing a Venom as well. So, it's kind of tough, but I'm a hopeless toy collector. I don't need Venom, even though I do feel I am still waiting to find the perfect Venom. Would this be it? Well, probably not, because there's just something about knockoff toys. You just know that, like, no matter how good it is, yeah, it's not legit. But dang, judging from just these renders alone, they do look pretty. More Marvel Legends leak news. Kind of. Alex Chen, who does a lot of McFarlane reveals and had an updated list of some reveals that I made a few months ago, he's got another list that's doing the rounds right now. But to be fair to me, let me just strain my shoulder while I pat myself on the back. These were from my leaks list a couple of months ago. But also, I'm sure that he got these himself as well. Again, I got to reiterate, it took me no effort to get these. It was just a nice person saying, hey, do you want these? And I was like, yes, I do. So I won't make a second video, but I will talk about them here. So just to kind of reiterate, Colossus and Kitty Pryde in a 2-pack seems to be the case. That's going to be coming out astonishing style, and that has been hinted at by, I think it was Dwight, posted some pictures of comics recently, one of which was Astonishing X-Men. Then Nimrod is likely going to be getting a re-release, probably as a deluxe figure, because previously it was a 3-pack. Then Emma Frost in some shape or form. Not sure which, but people love Emma Frost. Maybe X-Men 97? You know what? Time will tell. Then the Lizard as well, and this kind of gets the harder thumping. It gets the party jumping. Because if they do something with the old Builder-figure, to own that in some shape or form again, that would make me a happy chappy. And finally, the one that I'm most excited for, there's a picture of Onslaught. And I don't think that was actually on my leaks list, because if it was, I would have got a whole lot more hyped about it. So, Onslaught, I'm hoping, if it's not a HasLab, I'm hoping it's a direct-to-market thing, like Dragon Man or the Sentinel, so they can go big with it, because if they do, that's a guaranteed sale for this guy right here. So yeah, there you go, some more leaks to get us speculating. So folks, get to speculating. There you go. Folks, it's time to take a quick pause for the cause and tell you about this channel's sponsor, Legendsverse. You know what Legendsverse is. It is your one-stop shop for all of your action figure collecting, cataloging, and correlating needs. Doesn't matter what you collect, be it Mezco, Mafex, Diamond Select, Marvel Legends, McFarlane, G.I. Joe Classified, Star Wars Black Series, SH Figure Arts, Motu, Transformers, WWE, and a whole bunch of other ones as well. You can take a catalogued list of all the figures you own. You can mark the ones that you want. You can put down what you've pre-ordered when it's due. You can check out all of the user-submitted groups and teams that you can form, make checklists of what's available. Basically, if you're going to go onto this website, you better have some time carved out because it is a rabbit hole that's so much fun to go down. So guys, go check out Legendsverse. Whatever your action figure requirements might be, I'm pretty sure Legendsverse are going to have you covered. Oh, you know, I'm real torn right now. Actually, I'm not torn because I know what I'm going to do. But what I'm going to do pains me. I'm not going to be fulfilling my order for the Fury Toys Shark Boys. But oh boy, I really want to. And videos like this ain't helping none. So I ordered these months ago, like literally months, over a year ago probably. And finally, I've got my invoice in. I only pre-ordered for $1 though. And I can't afford to go splurging on these, but I really wish I could do because they look so cool, so fun. So if you were on the hook, no pun intended, for these figures waiting for them to drop, well, guess what? It's go time, people. They're out there and they're going to start doing the rounds. I bet reviews are going to probably start going up very soon. And when they do, I bet people are going to be gushing over them because they do look good. Maybe I can get just one. I might get just one. Mondo, they know where the money is, and right now it's Motu. So they've done their 1/6 scale kind of realistic looking Beast Man, as realistic as a Beast Man could look, but now we're getting the animated one. And at first I was like, wait, is this not the same one? But then I looked at the OG and I was like, oh no, this is very different, and it's a whole lot of fun. Beast Man is that great wacky, like, you know, doofus type henchman, but I kind of love him for it. So Mondo Motu 1/6 scale Beastman classic version, yeah, as opposed to the more realistic looking one, goes up for pre-order on the Mondo shop, today when I'm recording this, and is limited to 1,000 units. So if you're feeling a little flushed for cash, then hey, I can think of worse things to spend it on. Look at it. Just look at all these pictures. I really like this. This is kind of cool from McFarlane Toys. They're doing a Godzilla and Wonder Woman 2-pack. So we had King Kong and Batman, didn't we? I don't know if we've had a Godzilla version of this kind of thing already. Maybe we haven't. Or did they do one with Superman? I'll have to double check, but we're getting one with Wonder Woman. So it says here that the comics Monsterverse Atomic Blast Godzilla and Wonder Woman 2-pack has been revealed by Toy Collector. So DC Legendary Comics Monsterverse Atomic Blast Godzilla and Wonder Woman 2-pack from McFarlane Toys. That's all the information we've got. But hey, there's going to be more pictures eventually. You know, I'll be sharing them with you when they're released. Finally, Vega is going to be joining the Jada Street Fighter ranks. Originally, I think he was scheduled to come out along with Sagat and Blanca, but for whatever reasons, got pushed back a little bit. When I saw Sagat and Blanca in the store, I was like, oh, yes, and Vega? No Vega. Well, don't worry, he's coming. June 6th is when pre-orders are going to go live, and then you can pick him up, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, because so far, Jada Street Fighter haven't missed. And Vega seems like no exception. He's actually one of my favorite Street Fighters. So this one is an absolute must-have. In celebration of Pride Month, NECA are re-releasing their Pride-colored Elvira figure. I just love pretty much everything about this. So Elvira, I wouldn't say I was a fan of as a kid, but I was aware of her, and now I kind of just appreciate it for what it was. But the fact that there's so much love behind this property and the lady who portrays the character, I say portrays, like she is Elvira. So that's really awesome, and she's got so behind all of this kind of new promotion and the fact that it's wonderfully representative, and dang it, yeah, you know, this is kind of like a love is love kind of thing, and that just makes me happy to see. So yeah, if you want to indulge in capitalism and pride, well, NECA have given you a great chance to do that. Some WWE action figure news now. We're getting the WWE Elite Collection Series 119. Wow. And Championship Showdown Series 23. These are up for pre-order over at Big Bad Toy Store. So with the Elite Collection Series 119, you're getting Braun Breaker, who just seems to be the crown jewel of WWE right now. I think they're licking their lips when they look at his future with the company. Then Liv Morgan, who again is like, it's amazing. She's come along leaps and bounds over the last few years. Ethan Page, who is a proud member of my boy stable. I think that guy could do so much more than he is. But hey, I'm glad that he's kind of killing it on NXT right now. Then Dexter Lumis. God bless him. I mean, he's been around for years, and yeah, I'm glad he's got a job. that's my biggest takeaway. And finally, Dominic Mysterio, the man with the greatest dating track record I think any human being has ever had. God bless you. At least fictional Dominic Mysterio. And then for the Championship Showdown series, we're getting The Rock versus John Cena. We're getting Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre, and finally CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Mattel are also showing off a preview, a little sneaky peek render of their upcoming Penta figure. I was going to give his full name, Penta El Zero Miedo. I'm a big Penta fan, always have been. When I say always, I mean when he was in AEW. I'm not that cool to have known him before then, but yeah, big fan of Penta, and the fact he's finally getting the action figure treatment from Mattel, that's great to see. You know they're going to do him justice. And speaking of pretty, this Dragon's Dogma 2 figure from Figma, whoo-ha, oh my goodness, I do declare, be still my beating heart. Just beautiful. When I first saw it, I thought it was an Elden Ring figure because they've got the anthropomorphic wolfy type characters, but no. This is from Dragon's Dogma, but similar gothic kind of sword and sorcery high fantasy. This looks stunningly gorgeous. They're kind of 1/12 scale, but I say kinda because Figma can often scale a little bit smaller than your average 1/12. But then again, these are big monstrous type characters, so they're probably still going to be pretty chunky. There's a whole mess of information in Chinese that I'm looking at on the internet right now, so I'm going to auto-translate that and find out the details. I'll pop them in the little box down below, but in the meantime, just look at the pretty pictures, and man, this really makes me want to start playing Elden Ring again. One day, I'll have free time, and then, oh, you better watch out, Elden Ring. Tarnished Dave is coming back. Do you want one of the worst versions of one of the coolest characters in fiction? Well, Mars Toys have you covered with this not Bane from Batman and Robin. This is going to be 1/6 scale. Not going to redo that. 1/6 scale like your Hot Toys, Sideshow Collectibles type figures. This is the Poison Destroyer, which actually sounds like a Street Fighter finishing move. Poison Destroyer! I think they have actually captured the likeness of the late Jeep Swenson quite well. He actually looks smaller and slimmer than Jeep Swenson, who was a roidy Magoo. Like I say, God rest his soul. Yeah, you look at the physique on that dude and you think, man, you need to live a healthier lifestyle, brother. But he certainly looked intimidating playing Bane back in 1995. So this is coming soon. Got a few little accessories, different hands, but basically it's just full-on Joel Schumacher craziness. And in hindsight, with a bit of nostalgia, there is something to kind of love about that. Folks, this is my reminder to myself to ask you to press that like button. So, well done, Dave. You asked them. All right, guys, now that you've given the old thumbs up, let's carry on with the news. Sticking with the unofficial figures, but going down to 1/12 scale, from VC Toys, we've got not Tobey Maguire from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, but rather Wrestler Spider-Human. Completely legally distinct. Come at me, Disney, is what they're probably saying, but toy collectors will probably be coming for them, because look at these different options we got here. All the different hands, the spider webs, the mask, probably some homophobic insults as well. Hey, it was 2002. It was a different time. I'm glad that we've moved on. And don't worry, Spider-Man, I'm sure he's learnt the error of his ways as well. The early 2000s were wild, and in many regards, terrible. But this figure actually looks pretty fun. Check out for pre-orders coming soon from VC Toy Box. Nice costume. Did your husband make it for you?
As a matter of fact, yes he did. He hand-stitched it because he loves me dearly and supports me in any way he can.
Delicious in Dungeon is getting a whole bunch of figures from different manufacturers. This anime series really seems to have got a big fan following behind it. So we're getting Kyoto Revoltech now doing Delicious in Dungeon Izutsumi. There you go. So pre-orders for her are going to be open on June 6th. Also, it says Kyoto Store exclusive face and accessories as well. Never a fan of the exclusives. That's just like, come on. I mean, I know it's just business, but still, fans want cool stuff. They don't want to have to get exclusive to get it. I mean, I know that sounds like a grown man whining about action figures, and it is. Amazing Yamaguchi have also shown off full images of their previously teased Evangelion figure. So we're getting the Kyoto Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Evangelion Test Type 01 figure. So some very pretty pictures, but that's all we got to go on right now. But when there's more information like price or release date, it says the Screaming Faceplate? Yeah, Faceplate, let's go with that. The Screaming Faceplate on the last picture is, you guessed it, a Kyoto Store exclusive. But hey, everything else looks very pretty too. 5K Toys have given us a little update of a highly anticipated not Street Fighter figure. Let me read off all the info so I get it right. We've got here, upgrading to movable eyeballs. That's a big step up. I'm not sure I'm a fan of movable eyeballs because I always just get them looking all boss-eyed. So this is Kokan Studio, 1/12 scale Fight Female Figure Series Quinley. This figure and Mountain Moon PJ block accessory kit. So, now comes with movable eyeballs as a free upgrade. Well, you're so generous. Product photos have been updated to the latest production samples. Manufacturing begins on June 10th, with expected releases in October. So once again, Street Fighter fans, you got so much to choose from. This is Street Fighter Alpha style Chun-Li. Wait, I mean Quinley. Pardon me. Don't come at me, lawyers. So this is going to go right next to your Storm Arena, Ken and Ryu, also from Street Fighter Alpha. Man, every different version, every different iteration, there's something for everyone. And this might be quite a special one. 5K Toys also have a few other bits and pieces to show off as well. I quite like doing these episodes where there's not much mainstream toy news because you can dig a little deeper and find some hidden gems. And here, we got the pre-orders are now open for the Exreon? I mean, pronounce it however you like. I'll put the spelling down below. These are 1/12 scale Witch of the Other World Hoshikawa cat red and black hair versions. So, look, it's probably best I just let the pictures speak for themselves, because the noises coming out my mouth hole really aren't helping, are they? So, the price, apparently, $38 for standard and $56 for deluxe. And hey, look, if you're spending $38, why not just spend $56? That's how my brain works, which is why I shouldn't be allowed money. But I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for cheesecakey, ridiculous anime girls, and that's exactly what these are. So basically, my advice to myself is just, for the love of goodness, Dave, stay away from 5K Toys. Yep, I should definitely stay away from 5K Toys because they're showing off the prototype base body for upcoming Fury Toys Female Legends series. Currently in early prototype and testing phase, the female body is now under testing and will later be offered as a blank base for customization. I don't customize. I would ruin figures if I did that. But it will also serve as the core body for several upcoming female characters. Stay tuned for more updates. Oh, 5K Toys, y'all have my curiosity. Now y'all have my attention. I'll be staying tuned for updates. This is really cool. From Iron Studios, they're doing the first ever Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think it was comic book cover. I recognize this pose from seeing it thousands of times in media. But it says the beginning of a legend, the first Ninja Turtles cover. Kind of wish I just read that before speaking. Oh well, it's the first Ninja Turtles cover and it looks beautiful because it's just the overly wacky kind of style design that I just really love because it takes me straight back to the 80s when I first discovered these comics and were like, this is not like the cartoon. Bit more murdering going on. But I'm here for it. So this says this is going to be 1/10 scale, so a little bigger than 1/12, and from Iron Studios, they do make exceptionally good statues. This is going to be retailing for $599. Let's just call it $600, and will be available the first quarter of next year. In comic book news, Godzilla is destroying the Marvel Universe. I kind of love that we're getting Marvel and DC comics with Godzilla. Like he's this universal entity or multiversal entity that just exists as a singularity across all these different worlds. And Marvel are having a whole bunch of fun. They're just combining Godzilla with all these different aspects of the Marvel Universe, like symbiotes and now the spirit of vengeance. So it might just be for the cover, but I don't care. I want to share this image because it's Ghost Rider Godzilla, or maybe Mecha Godzilla. Whichever one it is, it looks wicked and definitely deserved sharing. A little recommendation from me over in TV/movie/documentary news. Terrorbytes. This is a 5-part documentary that's absolutely phenomenal for all horror video game fans, or just horror fans, or just video game fans, especially if you're my age and you grew up in the 90s when horror games were just developing and being created and really coming into their own as a genre. Terrorbytes, come on, Dave. Terrorbytes is an amazing nostalgia trip and time capsule taking you all through the evolution of horror video games. At about 5 hours in 5 different episodes, it is thorough and epic. And if you think you might partition it out throughout several days, if you're anything like me, you probably won't. You're just going to binge the whole thing because it is a goldmine of nostalgia and inside stories as to how the horror video game world developed over time. It's a blast, double thumbs up, highly recommend. For you WWF fans of the 90s, oh my goodness, take a look. It's the Wrestlefest arcade cabinet, one of those things that as children we would dream of one day owning, but it was impossible until today. So you can get for $600 a legit pro wrestling Wrestlefest arcade cabinet in your home. It looks a little bit smaller, or have we got bigger? I think it's probably a combination of both, because I remember as a kid just like looking up on my tiptoes to see what was going on this screen. Actually, I say that, I was always tall, even as a child, so probably wasn't tiptoes, but the world felt bigger. And now you can take that world home with you, and hey look, I know that probably the novelty of playing this would wear off pretty quick, but for those fleeting moments, oh my goodness, it's everything a 90s kid could dare to have dreamed about. Today's cosplay cover artist is Shirley Cosplay. Go give her a follow on Instagram, tell her Model Behaviour sent you, and she'll be like, who? And folks, that does it for good news for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below and let me know. And if you want to help support the channel, then you can do by getting yourself a Model Behaviour channel membership, just like all the people going up to the side of me. Those folks help me make these episodes. So whenever you see Model Behaviour pop up in your YouTube feed, it's because I've had the time to make an episode. And the reason I have the time is because these guys are helping out the channel. So thank you so much for all of your support. And as a thank you, I do these daily live streams. So just today, we had an hour-long deep dive into the old Marvel swimsuit issues, and that was probably one of the more bonkers live streams that we've done. And certainly the jokes and puns coming from the chat were just shocking, but also quite amusing. So well done, lads. And ladies. So gang, thank you so much for your support, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. Big time.